So I am the director of the conversion team, which means that I train and mentor all of our sales associates as well as our appointment setters. If you would have asked me 5-6 years ago, I would not even know that this was something that was needed. It wasn't until a good friend of mine, Kate, who's the CEO, had come to me, talked to me about it just in passing at lunch. And I thought, my dad's a veteran. My dad was, served during the Vietnam era. I wonder if my dad's rated. So I called my dad, said, Dad, are you rated? And he didn't know what I was even talking about. He didn't know the services even existed. He didn't know that he could be compensated. When I realized that, it opened my eyes. And then I started asking people I knew. I grew up in Oceanside, California. I know a ton of veterans. I know people that served for a very long time. None of them were rated either. And I thought, there's something wrong. Why? And then I realized, as they were telling me their stories, why they're not rated. One, they didn't know about it. Two, when they did try to get rated, the VA told them they didn't deserve anything. They got denied, or they got 0% for things that clearly they should have compensation for. So to me, this is very, very important. It hit home before it hit anywhere else. Now I've turned it into my mission to help as many veterans as possible. In the beginning, when Kate came to me with this, I thought, I'm gonna get my dad rated. I know he could use the money. I'm gonna help him. So I started the process with him. With Kate, with her help, we started getting him rated. It was hard to get him to the appointments. He missed one appointment. The VA then booked him a second appointment, told him it was over the computer. He goes to get on the computer, no link, no nothing. He calls the VA, they say, oh no, it was in person. One thing led to the next. He ended up getting denied. And then we were in the process of getting him his appeals and going through and getting his supplementals and making sure that he actually did get rated. And then he was diagnosed with cancer and died 2 weeks later. So for me, going through this process, knowing that my dad was still working at the time, he still had a paycheck. When he passed away, I had to take over all his finances. I don't even want to tell you what he had in his savings account, the amount of money he had to his name, because it was less than what most people make in a month. Which means his wife, who is 15 years younger than him, had nothing. He was exposed to Agent Orange. He died from cancer. She would have had DIC benefits. He would have been able to leave her with something other than debt. My dad did not plan on dying. He thought he had 20 years left at least. He did not know that he was going to leave his family with, a burden, unfortunately. Had I known earlier, right? Hindsight is 20/20. People need to help their parents. So I just spent the last couple years talking to one veteran after another, explaining to them our program, why we should be helping them, why they should go after their benefits. And I find that I really do connect with a lot of our Vietnam veterans, because when I talk to them and talking to my dad, I know they're stubborn. I know how hard it was for me to twist his arm and do these things with him, and I'm his daughter. So to me, I get to talk to my dad over and over and over and over again. Now, talking to them is one thing, but when I bring them in and I'm actually able to see them go through the process and come out on the other side with what they're owed, what they deserve, and I know that it changes their lives, I know that it changes their families' lives, I can't even tell you how much that means to me, because I wasn't able to change my own dad's life. They are like closing the circle for me. So it means a lot to me to be able to help them.